I just want to put this out there. I can't be held responsible for this team. That's all. That's all. All right, so we're here for episode 5, 6, 4. I don't know. I lose track.
I don't know either.
But we're gonna do some team building today. We got some cores that Panther and Streams are working on. Panther's not here for some reason. Shame on you, Panther, for not showing up this morning. But Streams has some cores for us that we're gonna load up here that we're gonna be able to check out, and we're gonna build on a little bit. But in the meantime, while we get those loaded up, Streams, what have you been up to?
Not too much, really. Weekends I don't do much, but weekdays I am really busy in the mornings. I got band every morning because that's starting up again.
Are you like, when you were talking about being in a band before, are you like in like a marching band? Is that like...
During like the beginning of the school year, I'm in a marching band, but then the end we go to concert, and I'm also in the jazz band.
Are all three the same band? Because that's weird. Like, aren't they usually like separate?
Yeah, but there's not enough people at our school to have separate ones.
How many people are in your school?
Our class.
Like 7 guys. There's like 7 guys and people.
No. There's like 200, but we only have like 90 in our band. So.
200? That's more people than I had in my. I graduated with 100 people, and we had separate. Pathetic.
No, we don't have. Well, our school's pretty small for Texas.
Well, we also didn't have a marching band like at all. I played the clarinet. It was fun.
Yeah.
In the pep band. The pep band was like 10 people, and we would go to the football games, and we would sit in the stands and like play like Louie Louie for like 10 minutes, and then all go and then like call it a day and go home. That's
like a jazz song. Why would you play that there?
I don't know. I don't know what they did. They just did stuff. I don't know.
All right. So did you get the team loaded up?
Yeah, so I've got Team Builder here, and so we have a Nidoking, a Mega-Gyarados, and Jirachi.
Okay, I'll give a quick little explanation of what we did. So basically, we were in the my team chat, and this guy was talking about using a Thunderbolt Nidoking, and we all argued with him for like 10 minutes on how it's stupid. But we're like, let's make a real Nidoking team. So we did that. Or at least the core, so we made Nidoking, and I was looking through, and I was like, well, Nidoking doesn't like bulky waters, really, but it wall breaks, and it's beating stuff like Ferrothorn and Landorus, as well as Garchomp if it's bulky. So I said, let's just throw on Mega-Gyarados, because it's never used.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. I think I said this on a different episode, my first team ever was a Mega-Gyarados team. I don't think you were there for that episode. I think that was with Panther, but
it's probably that rating one you did.
Yeah. I absolutely love Mega-Gyarados. I love Gyarados. Nobody uses it. It's my top favorite Pokemon of all time, and it's completely forgotten about. And I know why. It's because its typing is unfortunate, but one of the problems that we're gonna have here is with Keldeo, which we're gonna talk about in a second.
Yeah. So, basic idea of Gyarados and Nidoking was that Nidoking destroys bulky offense to HO easily. It just comes in and gets a kill every time. And then Gyarados can substitute on stall teams, set up, and win.
The only thing that I'm a little upset about is that we don't have Earthquake on Gyarados, and I understand why we don't have Earthquake on Gyarados.
Okay, so... One of the guys was saying, like, you need to use T-Bolt on Nidoking to hit Rotom, so we ended up showing him the calcs, and you're doing, like, 75% to a defensive Rotom wash with Sludge Wave.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Sludge Wave does more than T-Bolt, I would assume.
Yeah, it does. Also on the Gyarados set, we were going to try to do some different things. We decided 252 Jolly is necessary, so after one Dragon Dance, we are over 405 speed.
Yeah, most Mega-Gyarados are on Jolly, or they used to.
Yeah, and then we were thinking, well, we have a 130 special defense, so what if we just max out HP and see what that does?
That's not what's on here right now. This is standard max attack, max speed, Jolly. So
yeah, because we did some calcs and Draco still does over like 50, so it's not even worth it.
Really, even at max HP, it doesn't even.
Well, from a life orb Latios here, I'll pull up calcs real quick. But while I'm waiting for that to load, that's the main reason why we had Jirachi. And actually, over Thunderwave, we decided it should be Body Slam. So we can paralyze things like offensive Landorus or something, so Nidoking doesn't have to worry about it outspeeding.
No, I agree. I like Body Slam.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And what an annoying move on Jirachi. Oh my god. You are literally my least favorite type of person in the whole world. The type of person who runs fucking Body Slam on Jirachi. Ugh. Gross.
Well, it's just nice because you can paralyze. Like, it's more spammable than T-Wave.
No, it's like super good.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's my question. So there's a couple issues. You have Rachi in here is specifically to take a Draco, right? That's what you were saying. How fast is this Rachi? This Rachi has to take. Well, that's okay. It can take 2 Dracos. You only need to take 1
easily.
Draco ever. Yeah, easily.
That's standard Spidef. We just changed the set around, but
yeah, and then you U-turn on it, so that's fine. It can't really kill though, but I guess that's fine. I'm more concerned about Keldeo right now.
Well, just for calcs, a Life Orb Latios max special attack Draco's only doing 29% max.
How much does U-turn do to Latios though? 30?
Here, let me check.
I would
no,
guess...
U-turn does a clean 40.8 to 48.1. And then Iron Head is getting 34.4 to 41.1. So if you body slam it and paralyze it, you're like 2 at KOing it after that, because we already know it won't wake you, because we already know like it won't hit through.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about. We need something for, you were talking
hazards. Yeah.
You were talking about bringing Gyarados in on bulky waters, but there's a couple that you're not going to be able to do that. So we need to deal with those. And yep, we need something for hazards. Absolutely.
Well, we ended up putting on Healing Wish plus Body Slam versus like Stealth Rocks over one of the two, because we figured we probably want like a Landorus anyway. The issue though is if we do Landorus, I was looking at it, and if a Weavile has low kick, which it always does, it's just destroying our whole team. Yeah,
I agree. I don't really like the idea of Landorus for that reason. This team is already, because like
it's already Weavile weak.
You can only have so many grounds on a team because of Weavile, basically. And
well, a low kick from a Weavile is doing 9. It has a 37.5% chance to OHKO a Mega-Gyarados.
So we need something. We need something to set up rocks. That can also. We should go Heatran. Honestly, we can use it to set up rocks. It'll deal with Well,
I was thinking that originally, but I don't like it because
low kick though is still an issue.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's straight lose. Like that's just another like Lando weakness we don't need.
It's another Keldeo weakness too.
Let me look up. Let me filter Stealth Rock so I can see all of them right off the bat. I mean,
we might have to do something a little weird here.
We could use a Clefable.
Oh yeah, that is actually what we should do. We should use a Rocks Clefable, because we have Body Slam on Rachi anyway. Yeah.
And then we want to run Thunder Wave, and then if we, the new standard of max defense beats Weavile anyway.
You actually don't even need that to beat Weavile, but
it helps. Like, okay, I'll show you. So let's say we have normal Calm Mind Magic Guard. Icicle Crash is doing 45.4 to 53.8.
So what do you want to run? You want to run max defense?
Well, okay, if we run 252 defense.
I think we can get away with running the...
I mean, 252 is also for Mega-Gyarados, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because with 252, because they don't run Zen Headbutt, they're missing out on the, like, after leftovers, you get 3-hit KO'd by High Jump Kick, which is the best move to hit you.
Yeah, unless they have Bullet Punch, but...
Well, yeah, but most of them don't run that. Most of them will end up running, like, dual punches.
Well, they should, for this exact reason. Ugh, don't get me started on Bolt Beam Punch Mega-Gyarados again.
I think, personally, I'd say use one or the other, but...
Yeah, no, I agree. You don't need and Ice Punch is just more useful. Moving on, let's not get everyone mad at Tibbz for not liking Bolt Beam Punch Mega-Gyarados again.
So do you want to use Unaware rocks, or do you want to use
no.
Calm Mind, or what are we doing?
We definitely want Magic Guard, Calm Mind. It's a very handy status absorber for the other 3 for sure. Right. And it also, one of the things that I also like is you were talking about having Rachi to take a Draco. Well, Clefable takes a lot of pressure off of Rachi to have to take Dracos, which is nice.
Yeah, I agree.
So what is the spread we want to run then? Here, what are you saying?
Run 252, 252, that's HP and defense, and then run a Calm Nature. Even though Calm does specially defensive, you still want a little bit of that.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Where do you put the last 4? In Spit F or in special attack or something?
Spit F, because you're going to be boosting anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what do you need to kill before you set up? Like, it's nothing.
That is gonna...
So with this, we relieved, like... So now we relieved, like, Weavile pressure, as well as Jirachi pressure.
Yeah, for sure, and it helps with Latios, too. But I'm still, like, still worried about Keldeo, because I still feel like Secret Sword and Hydro Pump are going to kind of wreck this team.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem. Like, listen, this is the reason that people don't use Mega-Gyarados. Because as cool as that dark typing is, stuff like U-Turn, Secret Sword, Mach Punch just destroys it. It loses its flying type, so it's not immune to ground anymore. So Earthquake does a whole shit ton of damage on it as well. So we need to build around those things.
Yeah, so our options
Latios.
To beat Keldeo are like, I was going to say Latios.
Yeah.
Probably be better for Volcanion as well.
If we are going to run, if we're going to run Latios, are we going to run Healing Wish on it? And if so, are we going to keep Healing Wish on Rachi?
I don't think we'd run Healing Wish. I'd rather run Roost Defog. So we could run Latios. We could run Moongus because it has regen. They can deal with it pretty well. Or we could even run a specially defensive Zapdos. That's about it for counters that I could think of. Right at the top of my head.
We could run Tornadus also.
Yeah, given like AV,
but I'm not letting you put Tornadus on another team, so that's not happening.
Well, I mean, if it's let's say it's Specs, and our Tornadus is standard Assault Vest, everything but Icy Wind is still doing over 50%. Like, if it's choice specs,
it doesn't want to switch in, yeah.
Yeah. Let me check.
I don't like the idea of Zap, although, well, actually,
if it's specially defensive, Hydro's still 2-hit KOs, but that's if it's specs. I'm only running calcs for specs.
you should just scarf the Zapdos.
I don't know. I'm thinking I really like a Moongus on this team, to be honest. I mean, it's another poison type, but we have a dark and a steel type, so psychics aren't an issue.
And Clefable, which the most used psychic type is Latios anyway.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Amoonguss is my least favorite Pokemon.
We could use...
It's number 721. Oh, fine.
So, wait, we have one more option.
Please.
And that's, Assault Vest Tangrowth.
Oh my god, that's number 720. I don't like grass types. I actually think Tang is better, though. We have 2 specially defensive mons here already, and I actually think...
Well, AV Tangrowth runs max Spadef. Because its Spadef chat, like, is pretty trash without it.
I'm trying to think, what does Amoonguss bring that Tang doesn't?
If we run AV, it doesn't bring... It gets Spore. That's probably about it, to be honest, because
right?
we don't need like poison coverage because we have Nidoking.
Yeah, and we're not worried about like clear smog or whatever.
Yeah,
because we're not particularly weak to Clefable.
So you'd
we're
rather run
not weak to Clefable at all.
So you'd rather run Tangrowth to get the pure grass typing.
Yeah, I think so, actually. And then we don't have to worry about having 2 poison types.
Yeah, okay, so Assault Vest. And it runs Leaf Storm, Knockoff, EQ,
Showdown,
and Ice.
Showdown is showing me that Tangrowth is in RU. Showdown Tangrowth isn't in RU anymore.
Yeah, but they don't update it for like another week or something.
That just happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Guys, Tangrowth is not in RU anymore. Just heads up. It's gone. It's gone. Sorry, RU. Sorry, Ryoma. Gone.
Yeah, well, you also can't use it in UU either.
No, yeah, I know. It's OU now. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was talking to Panther about it, and he said he loves that it's gone.
I think RU is really upset that it's gone though, because like Tangrowth was a big deal in RU. It was like I don't know. It was like the Garchomp of RU, and it's like gone now. It'd be like if Garchomp like suddenly went to Ubers or something. Like the meta would just explode. Like RU is like completely lost one of its most important roles. In UU, it was probably kind of like it is in OU, where it's just annoying.
I don't know. It's really good in OU. Like the defensive Rocky Helmet set, it's beating every physical attacker not named Talonflame.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I hate it. It's these 2 mons, Amoonguss and Tangrowth, both of them in the last month or 2, just decided they're uppity. That's the thing, is they're uppity. They just came out of nowhere and they decided that they should be in OU, and they're like, and we're gonna stay here too, because I don't know, we hate you.
I mean, way back in the day before this was even a thing, this was when I just started and I was like, man, Tangrowth has a huge defense stat. I'm gonna use it, and it actually did work. But I mean, that was bad, so I just thought, it's probably because I'm low ladder.
No, yeah, it's actually legitimate.
Yeah. So last thing is we need hazard removal. I mean, I don't want to be that guy and just throw on Lottie, but it seems like that's the choice. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about it a couple of times.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we can try to use that would maybe be more interesting, though. Like,
well,
I have a bad habit of putting Scarf Excadrill on every single team.
Yeah, I was gonna say the issue if we use Scarf Drill is that it's another fire weakness.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why I was leaning towards Lottie.
All right.
I'm looking
what's the set on? What does AV Tangrowth usually run?
Okay, so you run.
Right?
No, you run Leaf Storm, and I remember at one point I did some calcs, and Leaf Storm, like, I think Oko's Rotom Wash, and it like, there's a few situations in which Leaf Storm is better than Giga Drain, and because of those few, it's better to just run Leaf Storm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then, what, like HP Fire, probably?
No, you run Leaf Storm, Knockoff, Earthquake, and HP Ice.
Oh, that's right.
But,
it's mixed. I forgot.
Well, Yeah, but you run Sassy Nature because you don't care about your speed anyway. But well, yeah, I guess we don't have any ice coverage yet, so HP Ice probably is better.
I think that's actually kind of problematic, maybe. We should talk about that in a second. Well, let's finish building it, and then we need to take a look at it, and, like... Alright, so what spread do you run on here?
On Tang?
Yeah.
Max HP, max speed F, put the rest of the 4 in defense, and make it sassy.
Yeah, makes sense, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we got Lottie.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going Latios over...
yeah, that's fine.
Alternatively... I don't see Side Shock being needed, do you? Or, do you?
I'm trying to think, what would we normally need it for? We would need it for Venusaur, we would need it for Amoonguss, and we would need it for Clefable.
Yeah, and we deal with all those. So, I'm thinking...
I would feel better if we had a Psychic Attack on Jirachi, because Venusaur is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but you just body slam it and Iron Head it. Like, it can't do anything. Let's be honest, like, nothing breaks through.
It runs HP Fire, though.
Yeah. Well, actually, okay, I did, because the other...
How much does HP Fire do to that Jirachi? 25?
It does, like, yeah,
20?
I think it does 25, let me see. Offensive, Venusaur, it does 25 to 30, and if it's defensive, it can't touch us. So what I was thinking is, what if we run Lottie?
Does Nido have ice cover? Oh, it has. Nidoking has Ice Beam though, so
yeah,
and Flamethrower.
And Flamethrower. So what if we run Lottie, okay? Or like Latios, okay, and then we run Defog Roost, of course, and then pick an attack and then run Memento.
If that's what you want to do.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the legitimacy of that. Like, in what situations could we use that to help? Because that's a free substitute for Gyarados, and 1 sub means a free DD. Given they don't have like guard. Okay.
Well, it would help with like Keldeo and Manaphy, which
it would also help with Bisharp. Okay, so because then we can defog, right, and it comes in to get Defiant Boost, but we outspeed, so it can't knock and it can't sucker because we're not using an attack move, and then we put its attack back down to neutral.
All right, and if that's the case. Hear me out. Hear me out. If that's the case, then we should run HP Fire.
On Tang.
Yeah. No, on Latios. That should be the one attack.
Oh. For what?
For Bisharp.
I guess, but... Oh, for it switching? I don't know.
No, you're right. We actually should run HP Fire, though. Because we need it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then on Latios, what do you just want to run Draco, or do you want to run like something else?
Okay, so I think. Okay, so let me Roost, Defog, Memento. So the question is, if we're running Memento, do we even need Roost? Because we're not planning on living very long.
Yeah, that's true. So we should have Draco and also
an attack. Yeah. So let's think of problematic things because Latios has such a huge move pool.
T-Bolt? Surf? Nah, we're not worried about fire types at all.
Surf isn't. No, yeah, it's between like.
I'm just in my head going through what Latios usually runs, which is T-Bolt, Earthquake, Surf, and HP Fire, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, we could always go a little out of the way and run something like Energy Ball too. But because Gyarados has Magic Bounce, or not Magic Bounce, it has Mold Breaker. unaware isn't a big deal, so we don't really need anything for Quag.
Yeah, and how much does Leaf Storm do to it anyway?
Oh, it Okos.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
so
Giga Drain Okos.
We don't even care, really.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, if you want to be really heat, we could run Tailwind Memento. Let's not, though.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. We're not doing that. That's not happening, guys. We're not doing that. I think we should just probably stick with something more standard. We should probably just go with Draco.
Wait,
and
okay.
like we're not going to use Memento that often anyway, so I'm just like
okay.
kind of pretending
so
that it's not there.
So this could be an issue, okay? Real talk. An AV Tornadus, right?
Okay. I'm
so
listening.
Instead of Ice Beam, because I don't think it Okos. Let me check.
It does a lot.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to. This is some next level stuff.
Torn's faster though too, so it's gonna U-turn or knock and kill anyway.
Ice Beam. Okay, so Ice Beam does not Oko.
No,
Psyshock
it probably does like
does more.
65, 70.
It does 57 to 68.
Really, that's even less than I thought.
So, to deal with this, and it's funny because you mentioned it's gonna just outspeed and go out anyway. An Icy Wind to a Draco kills.
So you want to run Icy Wind on it?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's not like we need It's not like we need Thunderbolt or we need any of the other moves. You know.
I just want to put this out there. I can't be held responsible for this team. That's all. That's all.
I mean, I don't know. I like using heat stuff like this. Or, I'm looking at all the different moves. What comes into Latios? It's like Heatran, right?
You mean like on a free switch? What wants to come in? Things that
want
to come into Latios: Tornadus, Bisharp, T-Tar, Weavile, Scarflando.
So most of these things can't turn out, right?
Except for Tornadus and Scarflando, yeah.
What if we run Whirlpool to trap them?
Get out of here.
I mean, let's think about it, okay? So, let's say Heatran. Let's say Spadef Heatran comes in to try to take a Draco, okay? We're gonna Whirlpool to trap him, Memento him, and then win with Gyarados.
My only concern is that there are some major threats that are going to turn out, like Scarfrachi, Scarflando, and Tornadus, which is a significant chunk of the threats that are potentially going to come in. So I don't know if that's going to work the way that you want it to.
I don't know. I guess the big issue is that we don't really. There's no one move where we're like, we really need this coverage, you know. Like a lot of teams, you're like, oh, it's Surf or it's T-Bolt. Like, I don't see anything that's like we really.
I mean, we could just put Psyshock on it, like we were originally talking about. Even though you said we didn't need it, we also still don't have any psychic coverage.
Yeah. To be honest, I think the choices are either Psyshock or Earthquake, even because like their own Jirachi could still be an issue.
We have Earthquake on Tang though.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So you want to just run Psyshock?
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably should. I tell you exactly what's going to happen. We're going to be on the ladder, and we're going to run into a Venusaur. I'm going to tell you I told you so.
No, what's going to happen is we're going to have an issue, and like a Bisharp comes in. I'm like, dude, if we would have Whirlpooled Memento that, we would have won.
Oh, my God. If you Memento it, it's not an issue already anyway. So...
True, and it's not like they can scout for Memento either.
No, that's ridiculous. And we have HP Fire on Tang, and Gyarados could deal with a Bisharp anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, AV Tang can't really deal with it. But
yeah, that's true. I guess knockoff.
But Nidoking outspeeds
a lot.
Nidoking outspeeds a Bisharp.
Can it take a sucker though?
I think at +2 it takes 1. Let me check. Nidoking, Wall Breaker.
Its defense is only 190.
So, let me check. Okay, never mind. I can't take it.
Yeah.
But
no.
if anything, okay. So we can say, hey, how about you sucker? You know, because Nidoking only attacks, so it's not like he has to worry about it, right? We could possibly do that. I mean, wouldn't really matter, but we could go into Mega-Gyarados. Let's say it's okay, but it has to be Mega for us to go in it, because otherwise it gets a boost from the Intimidate. And even at +2, Iron Head and Sucker Punch are doing 54 max, so we could always sub on its. And then Waterfall nearly kills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gyarados is our best switch in for that, but
yeah. So I mean, I think we can deal with Bisharp.
yeah, I actually don't love that Gyarados is our best switch in for Bisharp. I'm not super in love with that, but
yeah. I wonder if.
Okay, hold on.
I wonder if Memento even does anything to Bish, because you know it's like any stat.
Yeah, it probably doesn't even work.
If anything, it would give him like a +2, because it's special attack and attack.
Listen. How about this? What if? Why did we put Tang on here? For what?
For Keldeo.
Well, that's not gonna work then. I was just gonna suggest Spidef Talonflame over, which does deal with Keldeo, but it doesn't want to switch in. And like completely like hard walls Bisharp, like hard.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, if we run standard Latios, we can deal with Keldeo. Then
okay. If we run Rocky Helmet Tangrowth, only Hydro Pump and Icy Wind to a KO, and Leaf Storm is a guaranteed OHKO, which is
so. If we run it defensively, then that deals with Bish. You're saying, and then since we have standard Latios, we're not as worried about Keldeo anyway.
Yes, but we'd run Roost over Memento.
Yeah, I just changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
So what does that run? That runs like Impish probably, or
no? So 244 HP. 244 HP, 216 defense, and 48 special defense. And then you're gonna run a relaxed.
I was gonna say
relaxed nature. Yeah. And then you want to run, Rocky Helmet.
Yeah.
And a Rocky Helmet will take some load off of a Scarf Rachi too, because that could pressure us.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, so
1257.
Yeah.
I was just looking at where you were at in the ladder.
Yeah, I'm not doing super. Oh, on the RMT one.
On
yeah.
this, on this here, yeah. We could test it out.
Yeah, because on a Keldeo, Specs, the only thing that can 2-hit KO Latios is a Icy Wind, and we can just roost off anything else.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's better this way. That way we have a better answer for Bisharp, and we're not really that worried about Keldeo anyway. I like how we were like, okay, so what's our Keldeo answer going to be? Well, not Latios.
Yeah.
And then we were like, actually, just kidding.
Yeah.
It's Latios.
Yeah. I mean, Latios and Latios are just good roll compressors.
Well, yeah, that's why they're used so much. Let's do this. Let's take this team.
Okay.
And let's take it to the ladder. We'll test it out. And we'll see how well it performs and if we need to make any changes. But I want to save that for our next episode, which we may or may not record right now. But let's take a break, and when we are here next time, we'll see how well it performs.